Hello my friends and fishes, and welcome back to another video showcasing my latest mermaid tail creation. I have been kind of nicknaming this thing Aurora Frost because, well, I mean, yeah, it's this, yes, okay, that's all you need to, hang on, look at my beautiful Fluke. Isn't it gorgeous? I am so pleased. So this is a custom order for a client. It is going to be going home soon, and I just completed it, and I'm very excited to show it off for you guys. So let's just, without further ado, let's dive right in. Okay, so here is the design. This is the front of the mermaid tail. I love counter shading myself, so I generally, when I design mermaid tails, I love to have like a light belly. Sometimes I'll bring it down quite far, and sometimes I don't. It really depends on what the client's looking for, but I do like to have a light front and a dark back. I think it really adds dimension. It changes the whole look of the tail as well, because then you have like the dark sides and it just a nice highlight down the middle. It really gives it, I don't know, realism and depth. That's what I'm trying to say. This design is also asymmetrical, so you'll see we've got some like frost here. We have frost tipping here, but not on the same side. So it is a little bit of a unique design that way. Very often for fins, I keep it totally symmetrical unless there is a request to have it like, no, I want something a little bit on one side and not so much on the other. And we did the same thing on the body as well. So there was a little bit more frost on one side and not so much on the other. Same with the little fins. We did that here as well. And then on the Fluke as well, there's more down there, and there isn't any here, but there's some there, and then some here, but not there. And it just adds a little bit of extra something. I really like to, when I can, to do stuff a little bit asymmetrical. So my scales I always do for symmetry, because I think it just looks better when there's just a nice line right up the middle. It also makes sewing easier for me because I can just follow that line and line things up, especially if I have to do a dorsal, like this tail had a dorsal. But then when it comes to shading and texturing and stuff, like some of this work here, this like speckly stuff, it's nice to have it be asymmetrical. Even if it is still mostly in the same area, even if you do the first pass symmetrical and then erase it out, I think that's also kind of doable, but it's just, it creates more depth. It also feels just a little bit, I don't know, just a little bit extra, God, check it out. And so there's the zipper. It is a full-length zipper. This is made for the fish fin, so only the fish fin will fit in here. And it has a nice pocket where it's sewn into. And I love the shape of this Fluke. This Fluke was so unique and so fun to do, and was actually the first sketch. So when this client reached out and was like, hey, here's my application, this is what I'm thinking, and I just about proceeded to lose my mind because, excuse me, but yes, I did one doodle, and the top part, like I only maybe doodled up to like here, and I had done a doodle for the Fluke, and I was so pleased with it. I'm pretty sure I shared it on my Patreon community. I think I did, but it was this shape, and that stuck. It was in my mind immediately upon reading what they wanted. I was like, let's go, baby, come on. And all of the frosting and the sparkles and the detailing, like it looks like there's a lot of depth to that, and it's made up of a couple of different layers. But I mask, I mask off, so that sharp line is a mask, so I can paint on either side of it, and then I hand brush in the shadows and the highlights. And I think it works pretty well. There's just so much detailing. Like, I don't even know how to present this. I feel like I'm so out of practice with presenting my work, but I'm really pleased. I'm also pleased with the contrast of the scales. I feel like this in the water is going to look real good. So let's flip it over so I can show you guys the back. And there is boning, of course. If you've seen any of the work in progress on this tail, you'll know that I've added boning to those fins as well as the dorsal. And then these guys don't get it because it's just not, like, they will, given the nature and the amount, the distance that they're actually attached to the tail, it just doesn't, it's nice to have a little bit of flow here. This is just nice because then it has a little bit of give. So it just doesn't stay super folded in on itself like that, Here's the back. It's a darker back. And again, we've gone for that sort of asymmetry, where the design is not exactly the same on both sides of the tail. It also has my classic rolled over waistband. This is something I've been doing since the dawn of time. I just find that it looks nicer not having a straight seam across the middle, so you only have the two seams on the side, and typically when you're sitting, on your side, the seams are either covered one by your arm and then one facing the ground. And I kind of like that better than it being cut right across the midsection there. But that's always been something that I've done. Yeah, and this has a little bit of boning in it as well. And that's it. That's the whole tail. Okay, and that was a close-up look at what I have been affectionately referring to as the Aurora Frost mermaid tail, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are interested in commissioning me, I do take custom commissions sort of throughout the year for my mermaid tails. You can find all the information over on vancouvermermaid.com, including pricing and everything. Just know that there is a bit of a wait as I am constantly working on orders, so it might take a minute for me to get back to you. It also might take a minute for me to get through working on your tail. Generally speaking, they take anywhere from 12 to 18 weeks. Sometimes they take longer. It depends on our communication, our back and forth, the design, how difficult it is, all of that good stuff. And then also if I have any orders coming through in my shop queue and all of that good stuff. So yeah, if you are interested at all, you can check me out at vancouvermermaid.com. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to catching you guys all again in my next video. Bye for now.